Today, we're going to go over some of the expectations we have at school. Since this is your first year, it's important to know so that you can have your best ever Bellbird experience. You might not realize it, but your day at Bellbird starts before you even step into the school. It all starts with your uniform. There is a dress code available, but for juniors, it's easy. It's just the sports uniform. Looking good, but you're going to look weird. You don't even have shoes on. Shoes should be the classic black leather lace-up school shoes, or they can have a sportier style. If they do, the shoe needs to have a heel. It can't be flat, and it has to lace up. No colored logos, and no mesh or soft tops. Jewelry is easy peasy. You're allowed one watch and one earring in each ear, which has to be a stud or a small sleeper. And you can wear a necklace, and nothing else. If you are wearing a necklace, it needs to be tucked under your shirt. Even if it has a special meaning to you, it's perfectly fine to be tucked away. If you don't have the correct uniform, that's okay for the day. Go see your head of year before 8:40 and provide a note for the non-uniform. Then head to the student center and exchange the clothing for school uniform. So you've made it to school, and on time. Fantastic. If you didn't manage to arrive on time, go to your roll class. If it is after your roll class, you need to sign in at the admin building or at the library. We need to know who's on the school grounds after all. Every day, school starts with a roll class, where you hear the notices for the day and then you'll be off to your lessons. There are 4 periods throughout the day, so remember to check your timetable. Period 1 and 2 are back to back, followed by first lunch, then we have period 3, after which is second lunch, period 4, and then home time is at 2:50. On your way to class, remember to stay on the left-hand side of the path, especially in confined areas like balconies, and don't run to class. That's how accidents can happen. Whenever we move around the school, leave space for other people to walk through, especially on the stairs. You don't know who you might run into. When you get to school, you should have all the things you need for class: laptop, stationery, and books. You might even need some special equipment, like a calculator for math. When you get to class, make sure you have everything you need out of your bag and be ready for your lesson. The school's expectation is that juniors will be sitting in 2 lines. When asked, enter respectfully, stand behind your desk and wait to be seated. If you happen to be late, you will need to provide a late slip. Make sure to knock on the door politely and wait to enter, but even if it's just a couple of minutes, it's still polite to apologize and find your seat quietly. Just remember that the classrooms, furniture, and equipment are there for all of us. Leave things as you found them, or, if you can, leave them better than you found them. After your lesson, it may just be lunchtime. Awesome! Make sure you are exiting the classroom in the correct manner. Wait for your teacher's instruction. Don't leave any rubbish behind. Walk to your bag. And now you're off to the S block area. If you want to chill with your friends, that's totally cool. The S block area or the library is the place for you. If you want to run, head to the oval. But if you're in the S block area, walking speed is your top speed. If you want to visit the tuck shop for some delicious food, it's down past the library. Just remember, you need to be in one of these places or heading to one of them. What is the #1 destination during break time? Yeah, it's probably the toilet, right? Make sure you use the toilets appropriately, leave them how you found them, and head straight out when you're done. Hanging out in the toilet? Kinda weird, not gonna lie. Now let's talk about where you can go and what you can do in S block. The courtyard, turf area, and benches are all places you can go. Just keep in mind that benches and tables are for sitting and eating, not playing. And be mindful of people walking through the area. Don't block the path. Now, there are some areas that are out of bounds. Behind the S block toilets, the balconies on S and R block, the far side of S block, and the other year level areas. If it is an out of bounds area, it'll have either a red or yellow line. Easy. Remember, there is no contact between students, so no holding hands and no play fighting. Finally, if you have any problems, there are teachers on duty. So if you need help or you're not sure, you can ask them. If you have a problem with another student, don't handle it yourself. Go and tell a teacher. Remember to follow the teacher's instructions at lunch. That is one of the school's expectations. You probably have at least 1 device on you right now. You might have 2. Some people even have 3. Devices make our lives a lot easier, but they are also potentially very distracting. If you have a phone at school, it needs to be off and out of sight. This is not just the school expectation, but a policy from the Queensland government. Phones are away for the day. At Bellbird, this also extends to other devices that do not serve an educational purpose, like a Nintendo Switch or other handheld consoles. Like all things in the classroom, devices like laptops are supposed to be used to help us learn, so make sure to follow the teacher's instructions and stay on task. It's pretty easy to see when you're not focused. At school, teachers are allowed to ask students about their devices, and if directed by a teacher, you must hand your device into the office. This may include any device, so even AirPods, headphones, or your laptop. If you have to take a device to the office twice, your parents will have to pick it up. Now, just some general stuff before we wrap up. Nowhere in the school should we be using profanity or foul language, in the classroom, at lunch, or anywhere on school grounds. Regardless of where you are or what you're doing in Bellbird, you need to make sure you're following the school's rules and expectations, teacher instructions, and the RISE values. Be kind and courteous to students around you, be polite and respectful to your teachers, and make sure to follow the RISE values: responsibility, integrity, support, and effort. Be responsible for yourself, the places you visit, and the things you use. Have the integrity to do what's right even when no one else is around. Support the people around you in class or at lunch, and give everything your best effort. Don't forget to be amazing, and I'll catch you in the next video.
You kids did a terrific job!